Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight with that phenomenal win by the Sun. Good evening, I'm Alexa Farrell. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. Fox 61 was in Uncasville as the Sun dominated the Fever 93-69 in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Fans packed the arena today, many excited to see Caitlin Clark in person. And Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot was right there with them.
It's only Game 1 of the playoffs, and fans here in Connecticut are fired up for the next game.
I got really happy when Caitlin Clark scored a three-pointer, and I thought that she could keep doing it because she was hitting every single one in warm-up, but then it just died, and they lost.
The Connecticut Sun won 93-69, and fans say it was a great game.
The game was awesome. I think we felt a little overwhelmed and surrounded. There were a lot of Caitlin Clark fans here, but the Sun pulled it out.
For some young fans, this was their first WNBA game.
I got really happy when Lexi Hole started to dribble up really fast, and I started to stand up and fly the towel around, and then she missed.
It was a lot of pressure. There was a lot of fouls. There was like a lot of noise and stuff. I felt a little overwhelmed, even though I was screaming too.
And screaming is all a part of the energy when watching women's basketball. Some people traveled as far as 7 hours to watch this first WNBA playoff game, and they say it was worth it. At Mohegan Sun, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Oh man, that little girl's a future WNBA player for sure. And Fox 61 sports director Jonah Karp was at the game too. He'll have the highlights coming up, so be sure to stay tuned. Now let's get a look at the weather. First night of fall. Can you believe it? Sam Samperi is here with the first look at your forecast. Sam, it doesn't feel like it's fall just yet.
Well, yeah, not yet, but in a couple of days, maybe in a couple of weeks, we might see a little bit of frost. But for now, not yet. Temperatures today got into the mid-70s across central western Connecticut, where there were clouds and some light shower activity. It stayed into the upper 60s in northeastern Connecticut. Currently, we're down in the cool 50s, anywhere from 53 in Torrington to 61 in New Haven. And so overnight, we'll have a partly cloudy, mostly cloudy sky. And temperatures by tomorrow morning will be averaging in the cool 50s, but this is pretty much what you can expect for our first full day of fall and second morning of fall. And you can see the clouds around the area, but the shower activity has finally dissipated. Some showers up in Toronto getting into Buffalo. They won't bother us. They will move east tomorrow, but I'm expecting them to die out. As we'll put things into motion for tonight into tomorrow, you'll see we'll have a mix of sun and clouds to mostly cloudy skies. Your Big E Fair, yeah, it continues on even during the weekday. Temperatures up 65 to 70. And again, a nice afternoon shaping up with a lot of clouds. Coming up, I will detail the week. I'll let you know when we could use some much needed rain, when it will occur, and what you can expect on your Fox 61 7-day forecast in a few minutes. Alexa?
All right, Sam. All right, mid-60s, maybe it is starting to feel like fall out there. Today was a day to celebrate Greater Hartford's Puerto Rican community. Almost 3,000 marchers took part in the capital city's biggest annual parade, with many more people cheering them on.
It's our heritage, it's our culture. We have to live it up. It's only once a year that we get to live this moment, unless we're in Puerto Rico. Even though we do it in our culture, every day we cook Puerto Rican rice and beans and chuletas, mofongos, we keep our tradition alive, but it'd be more adversity if we all had more of a yard so we could all go out and enjoy it.
I came all the way from Fitchburg, Massachusetts, just to see this beautiful day. I love people, I like to be around people, and I like to share my life with everyone.
Looks like it was a great day out there. If you didn't know, Puerto Ricans are actually Connecticut's second largest ethnic group and account for more than 46% of the state's Hispanic population. New tonight, police in Groton say a rollover car crash that was caused by reckless driving helped them solve the case of a dangerous wanted man. Groton police shared these photos of the rollover on Groton Log Point Road near Esker Point Beach. Witnesses say that a few minutes after 7, they saw a man run away from this wrecked 2024 Kia Soul. Turns out the car was stolen in New Hampshire, and police say the suspect had a rap sheet of violent crimes committed across several states. After a search, Christopher DeLeo was found hiding in the crawl space of a house on Noble Avenue after being treated for his injuries in the crash. DeLeo is now being held on a $200,000 bond. State police in Windsor tell us a crash early this morning on the ramp of exit 40 of I-91 killed the man behind the wheel. It was around 2:30 a.m. when 37-year-old Daniel Gono of Enfield veered off the ramp and hit a tree. That crash is under investigation tonight. A scare at the Big E this weekend when a fire broke out at a barn holding more than 150 horses. Flames were first reported around 11:45 Friday night after the fairgrounds had closed for the day. A woman named Jordan from the Mountain View Training Center in Massachusetts is being hailed as a hero for rushing through the smoke to Barn C and letting the horses out of their stalls, while West Springfield firefighters worked to put out the flames. Others helped round up the loose horses early Saturday morning. We're told all 161 horses were found and are safe, although some did suffer minor injuries. The fire is under investigation. Schools across Connecticut are expected to be back in session tomorrow after a week in which districts have been inundated with threats. For some, it's been going on since the start of the school year, and state lawmakers say social media is fueling the fire. Governor Lamont and Senator Blumenthal joined New Haven middle schoolers on Friday to talk about the nearly 24 threats made since classes began. Students told them they love their apps, everything from Instagram to TikTok, but there's a dark side. Senator Richard Blumenthal believes there's a link between social media use and the uptick in threats.
Social media is an accelerant, like in a fire. It can spread and deepen harmful comments, threats, and bullying. We need to have more content moderation from social media.
Blumenthal says social media companies are failing kids by not regulating content. A new bill that aims to moderate online content is gaining bipartisan support in Washington. It's expected to be brought up for a vote in the House of Representatives this week. Now to a developing story in Birmingham, Alabama, where police believe a mass shooting scene was the work of a hitman. And after the shots rang out, 4 people were shot to death. A total of 21 people were gunned down in the 5 Points South neighborhood. 17 of them were wounded, some critically. Police believe someone paid a gunman to target one of those who were killed and say that shooter escaped the scene with others. We're told the weapons used were fully automatic and more than 100 shell casings were found at the scene. Now to the road to the White House with 44 days to go until Election Day. This weekend, both campaigns have been taking inventory of the electoral landscape as early voting kicks off in 3 states. Here's the story from Kevin Uretsky.
Former President Trump rallying Saturday in North Carolina, which is increasingly being considered a toss-up state in the November election. The Harris campaign season opening in the state as new scandals swirl around the GOP candidate for governor, Mark Robinson.
There has been incredibly exciting newfound energy for the Harris-Walz campaign here in North Carolina. She had 25,000 people at a rally a week ago. So she's got momentum.
Trump on Saturday avoided mentioning Robinson at all.
Trump won in 2016 and 2020 when the governor candidate lost both times. I don't think this hurts Trump.
The latest Fox News polling shows Harris ahead by 2 points nationally, 50-48. Those numbers flip, though, when you look only at battleground states. There, Trump holds the advantage. Pollsters say that's a positive sign for the former president's chances in the Electoral College. Meanwhile, it's looking increasingly unlikely the two candidates will meet for a second debate before Election Day. The Harris campaign agreed to a debate on CNN, but Trump says it's too late for that. Early voting has already begun in South Dakota, Minnesota, and Virginia. Those who took advantage emphasizing the stakes of this election.
This is the most consequential vote in my lifetime, certainly in the new millennium. This is serious.
I think it's going to be a historical vote. I think it's going to be a historical turnout for Americans.
Vice President Harris attending a political event in New York Sunday. Trump heads to Pennsylvania on Monday. Kevin Uretsky, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.